I'm Utkarsh Saraswat from PGDIM 24 batch. I graduated as a computer engineer in 2015 and worked for a couple of years in IT. Here, I interned with HUL in the IT function and received a PPO from them. So coming to the projects, I had 3 projects, and this was the most exciting as well as the challenging part because I was the only intern with 3 projects, whereas all the others had just 1. So the first one of them was to strategize how Unilever deals with its regulatory compliance for the entire European region. This was a really big project because it was affecting 25% of the global revenue directly. The second project was to find a solution how we can archive all the chemical composition data of all the Unilever products throughout the globe. The third project was to identify a strategy to move their regulatory compliance applications to cloud. And the deliverables were, I evaluate what the existing systems are, then I come up with a solution for the future, how we can make them more efficient. So HUL takes really good care of its people, and we were given a fabulous accommodation right next to the office. I used to head out for the office early in the morning and send meeting invites to the people I needed to meet later in the day to carry out my work forward. Then I used to make presentations so that I can interact with them effectively. Then came lunch, wherein sometimes I ate with my teammates so that I get an idea about what's happening in my team, as well as the co-interns, so I get to know what's happening in the entire organization. Then I used to have meeting with the other people, convince them to take up my projects, convince the developers to get the work going and whatnot. I used to usually wrap up my day with giving my manager an overview of how the day has been so far and how I intend to take it forward. A really big chunk of the pre-internship preparation that one needs to do is get a fair idea about how your organization is, how the people are set up, how you make presentations over there, what is the structure of the organization, what technologies it works on. So doing this background research really helps one out. I used to contact the alums who work or intern with Unilever and get an idea of what specifically my team would be doing. Then I researched about what my manager has worked on and is currently working on, and I prepared myself to be having an elementary level of knowledge in that area. Apart from that, I brushed up on the knowledge of existing technologies that I've worked on or had an experience with. So presentations are one of the most important components during your internship. It's the thing through which you can express your ideas effectively with your team members and even other people throughout the organization and impress them to a good extent. The biggest chunk of how to make a good presentation is seeing the existing presentations that have been made in your organization. Every organization follows a certain template for making their presentation. So I looked back into such reference materials within my team and based my presentations on that. Post that, you can reach out to other co-interns, your friends, and whoever you can to get an idea about how you can make your presentations further better. Since I was simultaneously working on 3 different projects, by the time of my mid-review, everything was in chaos. What I could have done differently was to follow a more structured and formal approach and be more organized so that I don't get panicked. Eventually, things would have turned out even better. Your summer internships are an exciting opportunity to network with people from the top B schools. I met a lot of them, we had a healthy exchange of ideas, and I got to learn a lot from their perspectives. I also made some really great friends who will stay with me throughout my personal and professional life, even after the intern. While we're all co-interns, there's a silent but fierce competition among all of us, because at the end of the day, we're eyeing for the coveted PPO. The biggest competition that I faced from my co-interns was probably in a different, probably more organized and structured approach of solving problems and making presentations. With great power comes great responsibility. I was given a huge ownership, and I realized that we must develop great levels of leadership to make great things happen. And work hard, because in the end, it's all going to be worth it. I was traveling to my hometown Delhi and was really nervous about the PPO results. The moment I reached Delhi, I got a congratulatory call from the HR and got to know that I had cracked the PPO. Then I had celebrations with my family and close friends and was returning back to NITIE the same night. At the gate itself, I received a very warm and painful congratulatory welcome from my friends, and then the messages started to pour in. And it was not until a few weeks that the great feeling had sunk in.